Gary, it was never going to be an easy game tonight, but I think that 3-0 flattered Larne in the end.
Yeah, and by all accounts, Tiernan said that in BBC there, and I know certainly watching the game, I just thought it was three really poor individual errors tonight that's cost us, and it's all right saying it, but in terms of overall play and possession of the ball and efforts, and getting in good areas, we were in my opinion better than them tonight, but it just wasn't our night, and in the final third again, which we've been lacking. I said the same against Harlan with Welders last week. In the final third, we're not making the right decisions. We're getting in a really good areas, and we're not capitalising on them enough. Whether it's our final pass or shot or decision that we make, it just isn't good enough. In that first half, we made two mistakes. Isaac switched off twice. Peter's also made a mistake in trying to flick the ball around the corner, and they've punished us and went up the pitch. And as I say, we've conceded 2 goals from the third man run. And again, he's a top player, Leroy Miller. We all knew that since he's coming to Larne. He's improved them greatly. And again, he makes them runs all day long, and we try to say before the game, you have to track them, and unfortunately we switched off and we didn't track them, and he's punished us twice. But you flip it around, Peter and Fitzy, I think Fitzy took a shot off him in the first half, Peter's run on the goal, and then we had 2 efforts from corner kicks. I feel Callum Burney should score at least one of them. And we don't, and again, they get 2 chances really. Well, I think there's 3 in the first half, and they scored 2. Second half again, we come out, and I thought we were really good in the second half, got into really good areas in the second half, and again, Fitzy had 1 chance where overhead kick from a corner kick. I think Suck had a shot from outside the box. I think Jamie Dorn had a shot from outside the box, hits Danny. But for the areas that we got into in the final third, our quality wasn't enough, and we didn't work our goalkeeper enough, and didn't get enough efforts off in goal. And again, we make a bad mistake, and again we get punished for it again. Connor gets caught in the ball, he's held his hands up in there, and listen, there was a story overnight. There are 3 individual errors, and they've punished us with the quality they have, and that's what they get. That's what you get when you go out and you pay money for players like Lee Bonus and Leroy Miller and O'Neill and boys like this. You're getting quality that when them boys get chances to take them and to finish them, and that's what's happened this tonight. But the other side of that tonight is the pluses. So you try to take pluses out of it. The pluses is we've come down a very, very good Larne side and performed well and got into good areas. And also the plus was young Jamie Dorn. I thought Jamie Dornan come in tonight and he was excellent. He was really, really good. Got in the front foot, fled in the front foot, showed loads of energy. And also I thought Succa on his debut, looked a bright spark for us, and he's done some really good things. And I'm just glad he got the 90 minutes behind his belt tonight, because that'll stand him in good stead, because he hasn't played football 90 minutes in a long time. So hopefully that stands him in good stead, and hopefully we can get him match sharp again, because the quality's there, and I've no doubt that Suck will help us, and Suck will improve us as a team. You can see it already, the way he played tonight, and the way he was beating players, driving up players, the decisions he was making. It was all top drawer. So as I say, hopefully we can try and get the same performance again on Tuesday, but just not make the individual errors that we did. And if we get into good errors like we did tonight, make more of them, and make better decisions, and the final cross, the final pass, the shot, whatever it may be, we need to improve on that.
As you said there, obviously we are winning a lot of set pieces, but sort of failing to make them count. Do you think there's a wee bit of fatigue there in some of the forward line, or do you think it's something else?
Well, listen, they've been flogged. Like obviously Fitzy and Peter's played near enough every minute of every game this year, bar I think when they were suspended. So they have been playing a lot of football, but at the end of the day, it's where it is, and it's what it's at the minute. There could be fatigue, but I don't think fatigue counts when it comes to set pieces. I said that, set pieces. Everybody's static. It's not as if you're having to run on the ball and score or anything like that. There, it's a set piece, and for the amount of corners we got in the second half, in the first half as well. But we don't ever look like we're gonna score, and the quality that's coming in the box is decent from both sides. The deliveries are decent, but unfortunately, we're getting the chances, but we just don't look to be clinical, or where it's confident, or whatever it is in front of goal. When we get the chances, we just don't seem to have that.
Obviously, we're looking ahead now to Tuesday night. Crusaders. Last time we played them back at Moorview Park in January, we beat them. Obviously, we'll be looking for more of the same, and obviously the way we played tonight, I think, going into that game, we should give them a good game.
Yeah, and listen, it's all about, most games this year against the top six, we've given them all games. Tonight was probably one of the ones that, and the Linfield game obviously the other week, but that they've run away with it with 3 goals. But in terms of performance tonight, it was a lot better than the Linfield second half performance. But Crusaders again come down the other week, and we put it up to them as we've done to most teams. In Larne come down to us earlier on the season. Glenavon's come down a couple of times. We put it up to them most games, but not always got the right on. We haven't been on the end of the right result. But again, sometimes that's just where that extra bit of quality that they have at times comes into play, and it's maybe just not the quality that they have in the starting 11. It's what they can take off the bench and bring in off the bench, and that sometimes makes it difficult. They're bringing on Paul O'Neill tonight. They've paid money for him. And that's where it's hard at times. But again, I have to pay credit to the boys in terms of their efforts and commitment and all. And it's just a pity that we made the individual errors that we did tonight. But again, we have to learn from that. They have to learn from that. We have to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We have to go out and believe like we did the other week against Crusaders, and we have to take that into the game on Tuesday night and believe that they can go out and get results and start making better decisions and cut out mistakes at both ends. Mistakes in our final third in terms of final pass, a final cross, the shots, and also in our own half. We have to cut out the silly goals that it's costing us, or silly mistakes that's costing us goals at the minute.